Hey, it's for Marie, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience sewing the Model T by MacPhee Pattern Company. Firstly, you have 5 necklines to choose from: a crew neck, V-neck, funnel neck, scoop, and a deep V-neck. And then there are 4 sleeve length choices: short, quarter length, cap sleeve, and long sleeve. The Model T is described as having a feminine touch, and it's semi-fitted, which offers lots of options. Best of all, there are only 2 pattern pieces. Actually, there'd be a third if you added the funnel neck. So there's the front and back as one pattern piece. Obviously, you're cutting 2 sections, and then there's the sleeve. My fabric of choice is a cozy double-brushed printed jersey knit entitled Budding Romance Blue. It was purchased through fabric.com. I'll leave a link below if the fabric is still available for purchase. The size ranges are extra small with a bust measurement of 32 inches all the way up to an extra large measuring 50 inches. Because all of the sizes are printed on recycled paper, I would recommend you determining your size and then tracing it on pattern paper. I like the gridded interfacing that you can find at your local fabric store. The first step is pretty simple: assembling your garment, and recommended is always to reinforce those shoulder seams with some type of tape, whether it be fusible, twill tape, hem tape, something to give that some reinforcement. Secondly, attaching the front and back sections together at the shoulders, and then sewing the front and back sections at the sides. In my photo examples, you're going to notice 4 different seam lines. That is not called for in the pattern instructions. That's my mistake. I actually had to take it in and alter it 2 full garment sizes. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut the pattern. I cut it way too large. Also, the seam allowance calls for 3/8 inches, not the standard 5/8 inch seam allowance. So that's something to consider. The final close-up on the stitch seams is a slight zigzag, not a straight stitch, and I don't see it noted in the directions, but for new sewists out there, that's important when you're sewing with knits. It acts as really reinforcing those seams so they give and the seams don't split. The second step are the hems of both the edge of the sleeves and also the bottom edge of your t-shirt. The MacPhee Patterns Company recommends a double needle stitch, which looks really nice and polished on t-shirts, but no worries. I used single edge stitch, and you can too. Final step involves attaching and finishing your chosen neckline. I have chosen the deep V-neck, and the pattern recommendation suggests using a fusible interfacing, which I did use to prevent any drooping of the neckline. Also, I'm using a fashion fabric as opposed to a ribbed edge. The neckline was attached. I decided to slip stitch the overlapped edges of the neckline closed just for extra modesty and coverage. It's in white stitching so you can see it, but use a matching thread to your fashion fabric. And then a recommendation was to top stitch from the outside edges of the neckline, which you'll see there, to add up some polish and finish. That was a nice touch as well. And there you have it, a Model T to add to your wardrobe collection. If you're a beginner sewist, I would definitely recommend starting with the crew neck first. It just requires iron-on interfacing, finishing the neck edge, and then turning it under and stitching. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Happy sewing, happy crafting.